Alright, we're back with another episode with the Florida Aces, and I thought we'd kick this one off by getting some trades out of the way because our team is definitely not where we want it to be. We got players like Eves, Beagle, Neil, just all of them are really old and they just don't belong on our team right now. So I was thinking we should trade for more of the created players, but I don't want to trade players the way that they got drafted to, just because that would I just want to keep them where they are for now, see what the computer would do with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade for players that I know I made myself. So I know I made Alexis Cirillo, like that's like a my player, you know? So like it would make sense for me to trade for her. So, with that being said, I was thinking let's look at our defense because we have a lot of defensemen. Oh, I'm going to turn on Fog of War too, just so it's not like everything's not exact to give us a little challenge. But yeah, we don't need all these defensemen. Like we could definitely bring up a younger look at our younger defensemen. We could definitely bring up at least two or three. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to trade Demir for her. I don't think this is definitely not going to go through 1-for-1. Yeah, no. So I'm going to add on. How about we just add on Justin Braun? Would this be a good trade? No. Oh, that's a little high. But I do want to trade Demir. So let's just try adding on a couple draft picks. We don't have a lot because we used the majority of them for Marner, but I think, how about just a sixth? No, just sweeten the value just a touch. So how about we just make it our fifth? Okay, a bit too low for us. So how about both of them? How about the fifth and sixth round picks, Jason Demir for Alexis Cirillo, fourth line forward, grinder, 14th overall. Look at the physical. Look at those physical stats, man. I really didn't think that's a lot of physical stats. Alright. Let this go through. Trade accepted. Transaction will contribute to our success here in Dallas, so we are accepting your trade offer. Alright. Assistant coach best roster will handle that all later. But for now, we literally have 2 draft picks for next season. That is crazy. For a rebuilding team, that is not good at all. But we're probably going to end up trading a lot of our older expiring contracts away. But for now, I want to make one more trade, and that player is going to be on Minnesota. And that player is the man, the myth, the legend, Sergei Svitov. Another one of my created players. He's like my alter ego, so I'm looking forward to. Well, I see in the NHL. Interesting. I'm gonna have to send him down. I want him to develop properly. So honestly, we can trade another defenseman. I might just Justin Schultz because. Oh, but look at that! I can get something else from this trade. I can add on. Oh, we're about to just have a lot of Minnesota Wild draft picks. Let's take our 4th and their 3rd as well. This honestly might go through. Sevens. I'm just literally going all out here. How about this? Is this going to go through? No, just a bit too low. So how about we just, instead of this 6th, wait, a bit too low, and we had both of these on there. So about instead of the 6th, no, what am I thinking? How about instead of our 4th, we make it a 5th? Trade accepted. Alright. Let's see. Best roster. I want to take a look at our team because look at our draft. Look at our, not draft, our salary cap now. Now that's more acceptable. We traded a lot of cap away. We now have 2 picks in the first 3 rounds. And we have 4 picks in the rest of the draft. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 picks in 7 rounds, which is we pretty much, and we got a lot of low elites now. Like I'm very content with where we are now. Even our goalie we have here too. Alright, let's get into the episode. I actually forgot about this. I want to turn off injuries until the playoffs. If we make the playoffs, I'll turn them back on, just because that would be, I feel like that's more entertaining, because in the season it just gets too much and it gets very annoying very often. So I'm gonna keep looking through this. We really, oh wait, no, I accidentally turned that on. That would have been fun. Okay, so trade difficulty, we'll put it on hard. I didn't know it was already on medium. I just want to make it as challenging as possible. So we'll turn it on hard. I'm sorry that wasn't already on hard. So now, Fog of War. Going to turn it on, but I'm going to change it up a bit because I don't want to know the potential. I feel like the player type is kind of obvious if you just watch the player like once or twice, you know what I mean? So that will turn on. It doesn't really, and it's not like it matters, you know what I mean? The player role will keep, and we'll turn the overall on. The player role, honestly, it doesn't really matter, because like if you know the overall, you know where he should be going. So we'll keep it off for like whatever. But I feel like overall, like, you know, Ovechkin is going to be like a 90-something overall player. And you know Connor McDavid's going to be up there too. And you know a player like Michael Raffl on the Flyers is going to be like maybe like low 80s to high 70s. Like you just know that stuff. You just don't know their individual attributes. Like, I don't know how Ovechkin would compare to Crosby in shooting, even though you know Ovechkin might be a little higher. But like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is a more accurate representation of like real life. So this is how we're going to have Fog of War. With that being said, now I'll say it's time to get into the season. Alright, we're here in the preseason, and would you look at who our first team we're playing is? The Florida Panthers against the Florida Aces as the first ever game, preseason or regular season. Let me edit the lines real quick. I want to look at our lines. But this is exciting, man. Our rival team is going to be the first team we're going against. So, oh wait, I want to send myself back down, just because I want him to develop quicker, or not even quicker, just better. So I'm going to send him down. Confirm. And now, is there any players in the, like, yeah, because we just traded away some defensemen. I'm going to have to look at our lines real quick, because I should have edited our lines after we made all those trades, but I completely forgot about it. Ian Cole, Larson, Braun, Van Riemsdyk, Marco Mueller, Christian Juice. Honestly, it's really not bad. I could trade Braun. That's probably next on the to-do list for trading, is Justin Braun. And, like, other than that, we just, like, Bonino, Beagle, like, everybody, honestly, on this team is going to have to go at some point. But, honestly, just for this season, I'm going to want to start playing our younger players on the top lines. So, Boone Jenner is, honestly, I know he's 25, so he really doesn't have a whole lot of growing left to do, and he's a low top 9, so he's probably just going to stay in 80. But, at the end of the day, even one boost from an 81 overall, that's good in my books. So we actually don't have any young centers yet. Hopefully our players in the CHL develop. But so we'll keep Marner on the first line, put Sundqvist on the second line, Pitlick, and then James Neal. For defense, we have some young defensemen, even though these two never really grow for me. And isn't it? I want to have a good combo. Defensive defenseman and offensive defenseman really isn't a good combo, but that's we're gonna have to bring up an AHL defenseman. We can bring up Slater because he's a two-way defenseman. We'll bring up Slater, and we'll send down. We have to send down a defenseman, so we'll send down Mirko Mueller because we have enough defensive defensemen on the team. Bring up Slater. Is he a defensive defenseman as well? Yes. So yeah, that's what we'll do for now. And we'll edit the lines. I just want to make sure I don't have any players scratched right now in the NHL. Because if we do, that means they're just not going to ever get playing time. Oh, okay, there we go. Best lines. Gonna have to do this again. Bang, bang. That's pretty much it, other than bang, 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 bang. There we go. Wasn't Benino just an 80 overall? Or was I seeing things? That's interesting. Anyway. So, I want to put... Honestly, this is... Because two-way off... Yeah. Yeah. Would you look at that? That's already great. Now, our goalie situation... Halak, 84 overall really isn't bad for our first ever, like, goalie. But at the end of the day, we might end up trading him as well. Because, like, look at his age. 33 overall. He's going to have to go. With that being said, let's just get straight to it now. Lines are edited. Everything's good. Florida Panthers against the Florida Aces. We're going to have to sim the first overall game, or the first game. You know what I mean? We're going to have to sim it. And it's going to be the last preseason game that I'm going to do a view of our jerseys. Because I know we didn't do that yet. But so far, we have a 1-1 game. Oliver Sundqvist and Vincent Trocheck. Uh-oh. We're winning. We're winning. We won. We won against the Florida Panthers as the Florida Aces in our first game against our rival team. I know our team was probably a lot better than them because they had a lot of their AHL guys up, like how they do it. But at the end of the day, I really don't care. We won. We won. That's nice. Alright, so I'm just going to sim right up to the last game because right now, since we just turned Fog of War back on, we still know all the stats. Like, all of the stats are still very clear. So far we're not doing too bad in the preseason. Like, we're 3-2, which really 3-2-1. But the Ottawa Senators, we should be like on par with them. Like, we're doing a little better. So we'll sim the game, but we're just going to sim right into the third period, and we'll watch like the last 5 minutes or so. So the first period, 0-0 game. Shots are beating us by 2, but look at that. James Neal on Anderson. We're winning. So let's get into the third period. And we're catching up a little bit in the shots. Now they're pulling ahead again. But like there's nothing really happening. This is a pretty defensive game going on here. So we're almost at the 5-minute mark. We'll go right here, intervene, and look at our jerseys, man. Wait for it. Oh yeah. Look at that. I actually really like the jerseys. The away jersey really isn't as good as the home jersey is. The yellow kind of, there's not enough yellow. But our alternate jersey, I like that too. We're just going to go with the home jersey for now. Turn it to computer versus computer. And yeah, let's get into it. 5 minutes left in the third period. We win the face-off. Juice. Up to Beagle. Passes it over to Slater. Slater to Juice. Juice skates it up right behind the net, passes it over, and he completely just skated right behind the puck. Alright, over to Coburn. Coburn on the... Okay. Over to Coburn then. Gabrick. Ooh, Gabrick got nailed. Oh, they pulled their goalie. Over to the defenseman. Slater got the puck. They have to change the line. Slater's been out there this whole time. Over to Beagle. Oh, wow. Oh, why would you not just skate it in and get a better shot? You were behind everybody. Oh no, if they score here. Smith, over to Gabrick, over to Boddicker. Oh, blocked the shot. There you go. Slater's still on the ice. Doing amazing. Who was that? Why was he at the middle of the ice? Alright, Gabrick. Oh, he broke his stick. Go, go. You have a breakaway. Oh my gosh, why would you shoot that puck right there? Please score. Thank you. Oh man. We get into the regular season. I just want to make sure we get a decent amount of... Actually, let's take a look at the stats. I want to look at some stats for the preseason. Marner almost was a point per game, which is what you would expect from like an 89 overall, or 81, or yeah, 89. And then Perot actually had 5 points, Jenner with 4, Neal with 4. So honestly, our team wasn't too bad. Like, of course, there was the defensive defenseman and Slater with 0 points, but yeah, honestly, at the end of the day, we only had 2 minus players, which is kind of shocking to me because our team really isn't that good. And this guy actually had a 40% shooting percentage, which is actually really good. So yeah, how'd our goalies do? Halak played every game, and he didn't do too bad. Look, the goals against average was below a 2, which is good in my books. So with that being said, I want to make sure we get enough trades that we can, like, keep improving the team. And I just think it would be interesting. I also wanted to discuss my rules too, because I just don't want to go on and trade for one of my created players. I want to, but like I also, if the team wants to trade them to me, then they should be able to. So I can't trade for them, but if a team has them in a trade to me, like if they want to trade them to me, I can consider it and I can accept that trade, but like I will not go on and trade for them. I will not involve them in a trade, because I feel like that just messes up how it works and the simulation of how the players are playing, you know? Like if a player was drafted to let's say the Blues, I think the Blues should be able to do whatever they want with them, play them, trade them, whatever. But if they're not being traded by them, I'm not going to go and request a trade for them. So with that being said, that's the trade block right here. We're just going to edit the once. Oh no, everything is set. Oh no, it's not. We have to go like this. This is what you have to do if you really want like a lot of trades. It's just like the surplus is what you want to get rid of. The once is obviously what you want. So basically this is saying I want to give up anything and I want anything. And if you do this, you get a whole bunch of trade requests for pretty much, like, you get a lot. But the thing is, the simulation engine slows down a lot because it's always, like, processing a possible trade or whatnot. So let's see here. Let's just get up right to the 1st of next month. Let's see how our team does. Players, waivers. I don't care about waivers. If we're going to send somebody down, then that would be... I'm not going to worry about the scouts right now either, because at the end of the day, the next year isn't that good either. Like really the only good players will be in the top. But like look at this, Ian Cole, and we get a couple draft picks. But the thing is, a second, like I would prefer a player over a draft pick though. You guys are gonna have to tell me if this is a good trade in the comments below. If you guys think I'm stupid for not accepting that trade, just let me know, and I can go back and I can request that trade back to Colorado. So right now our team honestly isn't doing that bad. We're 3-2. We're actually going now we're breaking even, but now we're not. But like still, our team isn't bad. I mean, our team is pretty bad, but like, I don't know. This is like, I want our team to do bad, because if our team does good, that means, I mean, it doesn't really matter because we don't have any draft picks. So, like, this year is kind of like, it's whatever. So, I want to just get this year done as quick as possible. So, with that being said, honestly, well, I don't know how often to check the CHL players to look at their stats, because I want to make sure it doesn't, like, you know, like, I want to make sure, like, let's look at him. Yeah, they already have 6 games played, or 7, and I think they have 60-something games in their season. So, I just want to make sure. I'm just probably going to go up to the trade deadline and then look at their stats, and hopefully it's all there. If it's not, then I think if you go here and you look at the full career stats, you can see it. Like, this was from this year so far. This is this year so far. And then, yeah, at the end of the year, I'll look at that again. If it's, well, not at the end of the year, at the trade deadline. So that's actually, we're just going to get right up to the trade deadline. So let's go. Right at the calendar. Actually, no, I want a real game against the Florida Panthers, because that was the first preseason game. Sorry about that. That was the first preseason game, and that wasn't their real team. This is now their real regular season team, and we're about to get blown out, aren't we? But we're honestly not doing too bad. Trocheck already has 2 goals. Second period, 0-0. Yeah, so they ended up beating us 4-2. Yeah, so we'll get up. I want to go against the Lightning too. The 2 Florida teams are going to be our rivals. I'm just gonna Just these 2 games are going to be enough. Then we'll get up to the trade deadline. And then hopefully we have some decent trade offers by then. And we can, like, work on something. You know what I mean? We can actually... Detroit's 11-4? Dang, Detroit. Maybe at the end of the month I'm going to check the trade notifications to see if anyone got traded, because I don't know, trades happen pretty often. As you can see here, we just got a... I don't even know who that is, Nyberg. Who's that? A 22-year-old low top 6 D? That's... Why would I do that? I mean, this guy's... Isn't he in the AHL? But, like, what's he going to be in the AHL? Probably for the rest of his career. And I'm giving up a... No, that's a very bad trade. Like, that guy probably wouldn't even have gotten as good as the other guy. So let's sim this game against Tampa. How is their record the same as ours? They're Tampa Bay. Oh, dang. Okay, well, this is... I was expecting to lose, but, like... Oh, two empty net goals. Dang. Yeah, so... We lost against the Lightning as well. Hopefully one day... we'll be beating both of them. Now is when we're getting up to the trade deadline. This is a lot of simulation to go through, I know, but at the end of the day, this year really doesn't matter. I'm just curious to see how each player is doing. We have to give... Why would we give up our first round pick for a guy like that? See, that's the thing about turning on what I did, is they give you these ridiculous trades. Like, why would a rebuilding team want to trade for a 29-year-old and give up their first round pick? That doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's the thing though. But sometimes they give you really interesting trade offers that, like, that you think are great, but then there's times like that where it's not so much. So right now our team is doing as you would expect. Not too good, but yeah. So see, why would I do that? Let me decline that. But Andrews Lee on the Sabres. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to look at the trade notifications right now, just to see what happened. If there's any new news or anything. No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sim to the end of this month, and then I'm going to take another look at all of our players' stats, including our CHL players, see how they're doing down there. But I am not giving up Juice, because he's actually a young player who could be good. He never really gets there for me, but I feel like for that year, a 3rd round pick really would just give me the same kind of player, if not a little better, a little worse. I don't really feel like taking that risk. So yeah, but right now our team 12, 18, and 4. Not the best, but maybe the worst. But we'll see. We'll see how all the other teams are doing. This is where I don't know why it's still simulating. This is where I ended the simulation. Yeah, so let me take a look. Yeah, right now we're at the bottom of our division, 30 points. We're tied with the Oilers. That's funny. Tied with the Oilers. Killorn's actually our point leader right now with 23 points. Marner's probably in second. Yep, tied with 23. So Marner with the 18 apples there. That's good, Marner. But you're a -3 player, but you're also 21 years old. So you still got a lot of developing to do, a lot of getting better. The same cannot be said for the majority of our other players. House Boone Jenner still an 80 overall. And Campbell's actually he's doing pretty good. He only has three losses and 5 wins. Like, that's pretty good. Goals against average of 1.5. Really? Jack Campbell, okay. Alright, Jack Campbell. Save percentage of a 0.95. Well, yeah. Dang, isn't he like an 81 overall? Yeah. Doing better than the 84 overall. That's so weird to me how that happened. Like, how does that happen? That's what I don't get with the simulation engine in this game sometimes. Clearly, Halak is better than him, but he's still doing good. So let me take a look at just our players' stats. If they're at the end of the season, then I'm going to have to go through No. So my player got 20 assists. He's above a point per game. That's nice. He's doing pretty good as well. He's doing pretty 17 assists. 7 goals as well. What kind of player is he? A sniper? Huh. And yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not complaining at all. This is what you would expect from these kinds of players. He's up to a 76 though. So we'll give it to the trade deadline. We'll see how everyone else is doing. And yeah, then we'll go from there. We'll probably make a few trades, honestly. I want to make a few trades. Because our team, you know what I mean? They're old. They're just not good anymore. And that way, like, we can just start doing worse. It's kind of what we need to be doing. Even though we're not even doing good. Even this win streak right here is. Why would I make this trade, Buffalo? Why would I make that trade? Explain that to me. What's your logic there? What's this win streak? 4-game win streak? Of course, we freaking lost it to our rival team. A shutout. Oh, man. We got shut out 2 games in a row. Oh, man. I can't wait until we're actually a good team. Why would I do this, Ottawa? Look, I know you guys aren't the best hockey team right now, but we're not just going to give away stuff to you. Like, like, why? Our goalies are better than him, too. If anything, he would be an AHL goalie for us. Ottawa, why? Ottawa, why? Go away. What's this now? Why? I mean, that's the first overall, or not overall. I wish it was overall. First round pick though. But I would be giving away Pitlick, which is in my NHL team right now. 79 overall for a low top 9, but he's 73 overall though. And I would get a first, but I would have to give away a second and a third, and Pitlick. Huh, this is something to consider. This is something to consider. So, this is going to be another trade I want to hear from you guys on, because at the end of the day, I mean, I want to look at my forwards, because I don't even think there's really anyone I can bring up. Like, we would probably have to end up bringing up my creative player. Yeah, we would have to end up bringing up my creative player, and I don't want to do that unless I would just bring up him, this guy here, but 70, like, no, I'm gonna reject this for now. Like, if you guys in the comments have like a logical reason why I should make that trade and it just makes sense, just, yeah, let me know. Just comment it. Don't be afraid to get your voice out there. Who is this? I mean, I would get this. Honestly, this looks like a pretty good trade to me. I'm getting this guy. I don't know his potential at all. He was drafted in the 3rd round though, so like he can't be too bad, but like he probably is that bad, honestly. But I'm giving away a 76 overall, so at the end of the day, I can just bring up that one guy I just clicked off of, and it's like the same player, and then I'm not only getting another 2nd round pick, but I'm also getting a 3rd round pick for this year, and another player I can play. So I'm actually going to accept this offer, and I'm going to bring up, okay, I'm not going to bring up Terry. Okay, well, I guess, oh, my battery's getting low. So let me go to my roster moves. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up, I mean, I could bring up any of these guys, really. Are any of these guys not older? Yeah, I'm going to bring up him. This guy's a young. Time to give him some NHL experience, man. Actually, I wish I had him in the lineup this whole time. So what I'm gonna best lines it again. I'm gonna have to edit it again. I already know. No, it was okay. Oh, here we go. So Jenner, or do I want Sundqvist up there? Yeah, I want to play my younger players above my older ones, even if our team's not doing good. So I'm gonna go like that. But I'm not gonna put. He's a 4th line forward, so I'm not gonna. Like, I'm honestly about to put Foligno on the 3rd line and move. Yeah, let's do that because 76 overall isn't all that good. All these other players can pass off. Like, everyone other than Marner can be a 4th line forward. Killorn can be like a 3rd. I don't know why it says 2nd. He's a 3rd. And then, like, our defense is good. So, yeah, that was I feel like that was a good trade. They're just best lines in the AHL. So let's get up to the trade deadline, and then we'll trade players like Justin Braun. Probably Killorn will trade as well. But the thing is, I also don't want to, like, completely destroy our NHL team. Like, I want to keep some decent players up there just because, you know, I want to keep it realistic. Why don't want Anders Lee Buffalo? Stop it. So, yeah, we're not doing good at all. Our team really is not playing as they, well, I shouldn't say as they should, because this is how they should be playing, as bad as they are. Eric Holla and Subban? Why Vegas? Vegas Golden Knights. Why would I give you the only first round pick I have for these two goalies? I mean, he's an 81 overall, possibly a starter. I don't know his potential off the top of my head, but it's definitely not worth a first round pick. I always want to say first overall pick because I just have that hope, even though I highly doubt it's going to be a first overall pick. Because if anything, that's going to be our pick. Oh my gosh, why would I? That is a lot to give up for Johansson, especially one of my created players. So a 75 overall low elite for a 75 overall top 4D. So I'm not going to trade him, but how about I put him up here? Oh, they don't want him. That's going to be another rule. I'm only allowed to use players that they want. I just can't pile on some players that they don't want. So what if I put on Ian Cole? That would be over the salary cap, so that can't happen. How about... Yeah, so this is just going to be a no for now. I just don't want to give away my created players if I drafted them. Because that would... I don't know. I don't want to do that. I want to see how they do. I want to see how they turn out. They could end a low elites just from experience. They end up either being really good or just decent. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I think it's good. But how did Vancouver get Joe Thornton? Like, what happened to this franchise mode? Like, I think he was in the free agency, but that's still crazy that he's on Vancouver now. But, like, why would I make this trade? Why do I want a 39-year-old player? Why would I want that, Florida? Not Florida. Frickin' Vancouver. I'm Florida. Oh my gosh, another trade. Why would I do this trade? I'm giving away some picks for, like, the picks in the same round. And if anything, my Florida Aces third-round pick is going to be, like, the first one in the third round. So this trade really doesn't make any sense, and I'm giving away one of my NHL players. That, like, the logic there really doesn't add up. Jeff Carter, why? Dude, NHL teams are stupid. I know I could just edit my... See, now we're talking, Boston. Thank you. Thank you, Boston. Because at the end of the day, this guy is an AHL top 6 player. And I could just, okay. If this goes through, I'm going to be ecstatic. Dang it. All right. So about a 2027th round pick. All right. So it's going to have to be a 6th round pick. Let's just put it on there. All right, Boston. I accept your trade offer. And we don't really... How do we have invalid... Whatever. Like, that doesn't make any sense because he was in the AHL, but okay. Oh, wait. That's Killorn. I don't need Killorn, but I also don't want to give away those draft picks either. But, I mean, the low top 4, like, See, if anything, I'm going to want a player I can, like, not replace Killorn with because he's kind of good. But honestly, how about I take away these guys and I like Max Jones would be good to have. But yeah, for now I'm just going to decline this trade. When I'm going to trade the players, but I'm going to trade them, like, I feel like I could get a lot more in return My gosh, Buffalo. Dude, I wish I could just block trades from Buffalo. Tim Heed. Alright, view player info. Who is this? Probably no one we want. Yeah. No one we really want. So I'm just gonna decline that, let it go. Alright, so it's time to make some trades. I actually want to take a minute to look through all the trades that already happened. So Tampa Bay actually got Forbit, Justin Brown, and Lewis from LA for a first round pick. And I don't know who that is. But other than that, we have not really a lot going on so far. Detroit got Calvert, pick. New Jersey Devils got Dylan. Oh wow, the San Jose Sharks got Wayne Simmons from New Jersey. So now the Sharks have Simmons. And this is us. So we have that third round pick from Boston. The Flyers got... Oh, Flyers traded Morgan Frost. I was just talking about him. Oh man, Flyers, you guys are stupid. Why would you trade Morgan Frost? I mean, I guess the second round pick, you can hopefully get someone as good as Morgan Frost. But like, come on. John Merrill from Vegas. Yeah, there's really not too many huge names going around here. Yeah, so I just want to scroll all the way through. Connor Sheary is pretty much... Josh Bailey's down there with Komarov. And Tyler Myers. Oh, and Flyers also traded Maxime Shushko. Oh man, Flyers. And a first round pick for Tyler Myers? Oh man, call him Flyer Myers. Yeah, so with that being said, it's time for us to make our trades now. So the Toronto Maple Leafs actually never gave a contract to Kasperi Kapanen. He's still an RFA. So I'm actually not sure if I can even sign him, but at the end of the day, it would be nice to have him on the team. But I don't think they're going to accept this, just because that would be very stupid of them too. But yeah. So honestly, I don't know if I even want to trade for him. Yeah, he's 22 years old and 81 overall. Drafted in 2014 by the Penguins. I didn't know that. So I'll keep him on my mind, but for now I want to keep searching. All right, here's the first trade I want to make. I'm giving away Adam Larson for Sami Niku, 77 overall at 22 years old. Really is pretty good, if I say so myself. He might crack our NHL roster. And I don't mind that, because he's pretty decent already. But I don't think he won't actually. 1, 2, second line, third line, yeah, no. We trade away Larson, we pretty much call up Mirko Mueller. And yeah, that would be that. But I had to add on Kulikov just because they would be over the salary cap. And I just added them on because, so what, it's 1 year remaining. You can just get rid of him at the end of the year. It's not a big deal. And either way, he's a 79, so he honestly would be on our NHL team. And we could have Sami Niku where he should be in the AHL, still developing. So yeah, let's see if this goes through. It should. I don't think it will though. No. Just a bit too low, so we're going to add on a draft pick. Let's just throw on a 5th. Rejected. Oh, they're saving salary to re-sign pending free agents. Okay, even though I'm pretty much taking away more than I'm giving, so I don't understand that really, but what if I usually have a hard time with this. What if I add on a 6th? They're probably not going to say yes. Every time they give me that explanation, I just can never get the player. So unfortunately, we're going to have to give up on Sami Niku for now, but I still have a few other players on my list, so give me a minute. Okay, this trade should definitely go through. Adam Larson for Kasperi Kapanen and Rasmus Sandin. Sandin, low top 4, potential 70 overall. He's going to be playing in our AHL. Maybe if he's not in the CHL right now, which he might be, honestly. I'm not sure. No, he's in the AHL. So he's going to be in our AHL team, and then I had to add on Horton just because it's the same thing as the other team. The salary cap was a bit of a problem. So this should go through. I'm taking that contract off their backs. If this doesn't go through, they're crazy. Yes, so it would go through. We would call up Mirko Mueller, but I love when it does this because then you can see if we can get anything else from the deal without them saying no. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the draft picks, and I'm just going to add on a 5th and a 7th. See because if they say no, oh, they would still say yes. Wow, look at that. We can actually get draft picks. Can I get that 4th? I doubt I can get their 4th. I could get their 4th, dude. You see why I love doing this? There's no way they would give me my 3rd round pick back too. No. What if just a 3rd, no 4th? No. Okay. We're gonna have to settle for the 4th and 5th, which honestly is more than I thought I would get out of this, because I'm giving away my best defenseman, but he's 26 years old, defensive defenseman, not really too good for us, for Kasperi Kapanen, which would pretty much be a great pickup. Rasmus Sandin, who would be a great future player, and we get this guy just playing the minors, honestly, not a big deal. And we get 2 draft picks. This is a great trade, and I'm happy that it went through. So with that being said, thank you, Toronto. Best roster. And we have a few other trades I want to see that would if it would go through. So give me a minute for those. So this is purely just experimental. I want to see if it would go through. I doubt it will. Highly doubt it will. But I'm giving them Ian Cole and Killorn. Okay, those are 2 decent players. But I'm taking away Max Jones, Morand, and Mahura, which are all pretty decent prospects. But the only catch is that I am taking Ryan Kessler with that hefty contract of almost $7 million for 3 years. And he's a 77 overall, aging AHL player. So that's a huge contract that they definitely want to get rid of. And I'm giving them 2 decent players that will definitely help their NHL playoff search. I'm just taking their prospects. I doubt this is going to go through. I'm definitely going to have to get rid of some prospects from the list. Yeah, the offer is woefully insufficient. So let me just get rid of some of the prospects. I want him just because he's pretty decent. What if I get rid of Morand? Would this go through? It would. Okay, so what if... Do I want any of the players down here? I know I'm not sure if he ever really gets that good. Would he be accepted if I put him in there? No. So, how about... That's the only player I really want. What if I throw in some draft picks? Give me all of them. The 5th and 6th. That would actually go through. Okay, how about the 5th? How about, I mean, they're definitely, if I put in the 2nd, they're definitely going to say no to that. Yeah, so, sorry about that. Let's just go with the 5th and the 6th, I guess. We'll pile them up. What if I go for the 3rd for next year? No. Okay. Yep, 5th and the 6th it is then. So we're getting rid of Ian Cole and Killorn. Honestly, let me just make sure this is a good idea before I actually have to send up my players from the CHL. So forwards, by overall, I'm getting rid of my 2nd best player, but I still have to re-sign Kapanen. So 1st line here, 2nd line here, 3rd line here, 4th line here. Oh, I can bring up him. So we're fine. So Anaheim Ducks, thank you for everything. Ryan Kessler is actually my favorite NHL player, or current NHL player, so I'm very happy about that, even though his contract is complete and utter garbage. But that is actually the last trade I wanted to make. So with that being said, I want to go view contracts, make sure we can sign Kapanen real quick, get him on the roster. Let me make sure he's a RFA, right? No, I cannot re-sign him this year. I was not sure about that, but it looks like I cannot. So that's going to have to wait to next year, which is pretty unfortunate if I do say so myself. So can I just offer him a contract extension now? Why can't I do that? Like, do something for next year. But I mean, just looking at the list of expiring players, I probably should trade a few just for... Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to go back and I'm going to trade a few for draft picks. Okay, so years left. Honestly, I'm not going to be able to move him. There's no point in really... Like, unless they have trade value, like... Honestly, no, I'll keep them. Just because they're in my NHL team. And to be honest with you, I don't want to be that bad. So with that being said, let me take a look at the players in the CHL and how they're doing. This point in the year, the trade deadline. So, Smith, wow, he's doing pretty good for himself. Sergey doing almost as good, a little worse. Ray Wyndham actually has 26 assists, which isn't as high as everyone else, but he's a sniper though. 17 goals is the most so far, and Sergey's actually a sniper as well. So this is pretty interesting. And then Cirillo over here, she's a grinder, so she's not putting up a whole lot of points. But so far, Smith is the only player above a 75. Which, I mean, we're not even a whole year done yet, and he already grew up an overall point, so I'm pretty happy about that. So, yeah. I'm just going to... Let's take a look at the lines before we keep going. I feel like this episode is going to be really long. So we're probably not going to finish off the year yet. We'll probably, as soon as we see our new team, we'll call it an episode. So best lines. Ryan Kessler's actually in the NHL. That's great. I thought he would be an AHL player, but I'm actually very happy he's in the NHL. So yeah, I'm not gonna play with anything. This is our lines. So you get what you... Oh my. It's 70 overall. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to roster moves this because that is not okay. 70, 70. Why is Horton here too? 72. And we'll bring up our 79 and 70. And waivers. So Horton is the only one who I'd have to go through waivers, and if someone picks him up, I'd be thankful, but no one did. So let me edit my lines, just make sure no one's scratched. Oh, this is the AHL. See what I mean? Our AHL team is garbage. Like a 51 overall on the second line. Oh man. But the thing is, all of our decent prospects are in the CHL right now, other than these two. So, even our goalies, like, we don't even have, like, a decent goalie, other than our CHL goalie. So, let me just best lines again. Make sure everything is A-okay down here. Yeah, so this is now our team. And, yeah, I feel like I've been recording for a very long time. So we're going to call that an episode there. Thank you guys for watching. Next episode, we'll get to the end of the year. Probably maybe do the draft, because we're definitely not making the playoffs. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next one. See you guys later.